Okay. If you're like most Americans, the first thing that you think of when you start your day is how you will get the energy that you need to last you for the events in your day. Perhaps the first thing that you think of is coffee. Many people start their day off with coffee, and they wouldn't think of using anything else as a substitute. And they need that energy that coffee provides. They can't get from anything else. But most people have to undergo much harassment from their friends and family, or anyone else who sees them drinking coffee, just because of the negative connotation that comes along with drinking it. Coffee has been pegged many times as unhealthy due to its addictiveness. Many think that it is as addictive as a drug or alcohol, or even something like smoking cigarettes. But before you rule coffee out of your life completely, perhaps you should think about all of the health benefits that come along with drinking it and the many ways that you can use it in your life. First off, I'm going to tell you about the health benefits that come along with drinking coffee as you consume it in your body instead of ruling it out completely. So according to WebMD.com, coffee helps reduce the risk of many illnesses such as type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and even something as simple as a headache. They say that there is a 7% drop in the odds of developing type 2 diabetes for every cup of coffee that you drink daily. So these odds double if you have 2 cups of coffee. So you would reduce your risk by 14%, And this is because coffee has minerals like magnesium and chromium that help your body use insulin and just use it as a filter to keep everything working correctly. WebMD.com also says that a lowered risk of diabetes means that a lower risk of heart disease is available by 20%. Now, if you're not into actually consuming coffee and you still think that it has negative effects on the inside of your body, there are many cosmetic uses that you can also use for coffee that many people are unaware of. So according to the caffeineinformer.com, they're doing studies to see if caffeine, like coffee, can be used to reverse hair loss. And in a recent study, they found that DHT is the hormone that is responsible for hair loss. And in their study, they placed follicles in caffeine, and within 8 days, they showed signs of growth. So perhaps in the future, we could use coffee to reverse hair loss, and that would save millions of dollars of treatment in undergoing brutal procedures like lasers and hair transplants. So coffee would be a great alternative that would save us much time and pain. Also, another cosmetic use, according to home.howstuffworks.com, it can also add additional shine and great texture to your hair. If you think that your hair is getting kind of dull or it's just not doing what you want it to, maybe it's a little frizzy and out of control, then you can use coffee in the shower. You just, after you shampoo your hair regularly, just rub some coffee grounds into your hair, but be careful not to clog your drain. And rinse them out, and it naturally adds a great shine, and this is also because of the vitamins and minerals that we discussed earlier. And it also naturally conceals the appearance of gray hairs due to its deep color. So if you have gray hairs and you're losing your hair shine, you could also use this, and it's again a natural way to do this. Now, also according to home.howstuffworks.com, they also say that you can use coffee as a natural face mask. If you mix it with cocoa, just rub it on your face. It's a natural exfoliator to reduce the amount of dead skin cells on your face. And it also eliminates puffiness, and it brightens skin instantly. Now, if you also aren't into the cosmetic uses or consuming coffee regularly, you still think that those people are right about what they say, that coffee isn't good for you. Well, there are also some household uses that will probably convince you that coffee should not be ruled out of your life completely. According to the earthymama.com, you can try dipping a cotton swab into steep grounds and dabbing it onto any furniture that you see has the appearance of a nick or a scratch, such as a wooden coffee table or a chair or anything that looks miscolored from normal wear and tear, or maybe from a dog scratching it or a cat. You can just use those coffee grounds, soak them, and use it to mask the appearance of that scratch. Or if you really like the color of that stain, or if you're on a low budget, you could also use coffee as a natural stain for the furniture that you want to completely stain. It doesn't have a stain at all. Or if you're remodeling on a budget, you could use your recycled coffee grounds, use the same method, find an old rag that you have or something that you wouldn't mind getting stained, soak the coffee grounds in it, and use it as a natural stain all over. And this costs you virtually no money if you already consume coffee, because all you're doing is recycling what you already use. And as we know, furniture stains can also be expensive, just as the hair transplants we mentioned earlier. They can be anywhere from $30 anywhere into the hundreds, depending on the quality. So using a coffee stain is a great alternative, and it's also organic. So if you have any toddlers running around, or anything that might chew on furniture, such as your animals, then you would want to have an organic, healthy stain that's available just in case they get these items in their mouth. Another household use, according to theearthymama.com, is coffee can also be used as a natural deodorizer for any odors that you have appearing in your house or around the house. Such as if you have a refrigerator that has kind of a weird odor to it, or if you have a cat that uses a litter box, you can put your coffee grounds into a mason jar or any type of container that you aren't afraid of spilling. Put it in the area of the apparent odor, and it will work as a natural deodorizer to mask and eliminate that smell that is causing unwanted odor and embarrassment in your house. Another way that we can also use coffee is out in the garden. And once again, this is just recycling our grounds. It enriches the soil whenever you mix coffee into your garden, and it acts as a natural boost for your plants that actually helps the plants grow, just as it does if we consume coffee into our bodies. So before ruling coffee out of your life completely, you might want to evaluate all the ways that you can use coffee in your life, and make sure that it is something that you think about thoroughly. Think about your budget. Make sure that you have a safe way, such as organic. Coffee is very organic. Make sure it's a safe way that you can have these items around your house on a budget. So those are great options that we need to think of before being bogged down with just thinking about how addictive coffee is to drink, because honestly, you don't have to drink coffee in order to get the benefits from it in your life.